All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to give an example of Gaussian elimination with a matrix here, just right in MATLAB. So let's say matrix A equals that. We just got a random matrix, and then B equal, well, sort of random. We get a B. We got another matrix. Okay, let me just double check rank of A to make sure that we're not singular. No, we're good. So the size of A was 4 by 4, and the rank of A is 4, so it's full rank. Now we're going to go through, and so first we're going to multiply the first row by let's see, we're going to multiply the first row by 9. Let's see, it was by the first entry, the second entry over the first entry. So that's going to be 9 divided by 4. So we go A. So let's just call this A1 temp equals A11, right? We take the A21 divided by A11, and we multiply that by the whole first column. No, the row. No, yeah, the whole row. No, I'm going to say all of it. Is that right? No, that's wrong. I did it wrong. Yeah, 1. Yeah, that's row 1, all the columns. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, so we had A, and then we created this A1 temp. Okay, and so just to make sure, okay, so now the next thing we do is we say A prime equals well, let's call it A2 A2 row 2 prime. Let's call it row 2 prime equals, oh, before we do this, actually, silly me, we need to augment the matrix A. And so let's say A, the augmented is equal to A, and then we need to also include B. Yeah, we needed to augment it before we did anything else, and then we can create this temp. That's still right, matrices from A, but let's do it from the augmented matrix, the whole thing. All right, so now we've got that temp, and let's just say then A2 prime, so that's the second row. Yeah, I could just say row 2 prime equals row 2, which is going to be A, and we're going to use the augmented matrix A, the whole second row, and we're going to take the whole second row, and we're going to minus A1 temp. Okay, look. So now we have aug2. If we call that aug2, then equal to aug. We got the first row of the augmented matrix, and then we're going to get the second, this row 2 prime, and then we want to do aug from 3 3 to 4 and all of them. So that should be our new augmented matrix. And so we've gone through, we've zeroed out this entry. That's exactly what we wanted to do. And now we can say, now augmented 3. Well, let's just get our row 3. Let's see. What did we call it before? We got A1 temp. A1 temp. Okay, so we used row 2, and now let's use we use that third entry, and we'll go ahead and again by the first one. It hasn't changed, and it shouldn't change, so that should work. Okay, and then we say aug3. Okay, and we'll say row 3 prime equals aug2. Okay, so we start with aug2, and we're going to take the first 2 rows of aug2. Oh no, row 3 prime. Okay, so we're gonna modify this row. Yeah, and that's actually, we can even just use the different ones, and so that's going to be that's just going to be row 3. So that's going to be a and we should just use aug2 just to make sure, and that's going to be the third row, all the columns, and that's going to be that minus A1 temp. Okay, so that should zero that entry out. Sure enough, it did. And so then we say aug3 equals aug2, and then that's going to be, we want the first row, we want the second row, so we want those. Okay, and then we want row 3 prime, and then we want, since we're doing rows, we need semicolons here. And then we want the last row, so aug2, 1, 4. There it is. And that should give us, we messed up somewhere. 1, oh yes, of course, 1, 2, 2. Okay. So exactly what we wanted. So we've gone through, we've zeroed out the first entry, we've zeroed out the second entry. That's exactly what we wanted to do. And so we can say row, again we can do, we can have A1 temp again, and now we'll just use the fourth entry, same as we had done before, just like that. And that's what we're going to subtract that from this, because 4 minus 4, so that'll be perfect. And so then we're just going to go, instead of row 3 prime, we're going to have row 4 prime, and we're going to take aug3, and we're going to take the fourth entry, and we're going to minus A1 temp. That's right. Oh, yep, zeroed it out just like we wanted to. Just on a roll here. So now we're going to go aug4, yes. aug4 is going to be aug3, and we want from 1 all the way to 3. That'll be good. And then we just want row 4 prime, and that should be our matrix. Okay, yeah, so you can see we've gone through and we've zeroed out this one, we've zeroed out this one, we've zeroed out this one. Excellent. So now we just need to go through and we just need to zero out this one and then this one. So go ahead and do that. Let's see. So we're going to say A1 temp. Okay, so we go A2 prime. Right, because it was based on A2 prime. And so we go to say we're going to base it off of aug. And it could just be aug, right? But we'll use the latest. This is aug4. That's fine, but it's really just we could base it off the original. So we'll take the let's see, the fourth. So we want to take the third entry because we're going to divide this one by this one. Okay, so that will be the third entry divided by the second entry, and that's going to be, yeah, and then we'll multiply out that by the entire second row. Okay. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Let me just see what we're doing. Og3, what was this value? 3.1 was 0. Oh, okay, yes, we would need to start with the 3.2 entry. Of course, of course. So, yeah, that's 3.2 to 2. Yeah. Okay, so let's try that, and I just want to remember what og4 was. Okay, so when we subtract that from this, that should zero out that entry. That's what we want to do. So we're going to say og, or actually we'll just say row 3 d prime equals, that's double prime, is going to be og4. So we're going to take out the third row, and then, yeah, we're going to subtract the a2 prime temp. Okay, so we get 2 zeros. Perfect. Now, og5 equals og4. Right? So for the first two, we're good. So we go 1 to 2. They're fine. First two rows are fine. And then we want row 3 double prime. And then we want, and we're doing rows. So, and then we want to put in, after that, we want to put in the fourth row just as is. Okay, that should be that. Oh, we messed up somewhere. 4. Oh, 1 to 2, and we want to take the whole row. So that's what we had to tell it. Okay, good. So now we've zeroed out all these. We zeroed out that one. Let's zero out this one. So then we're just going to say that's going to be similar to what we did, a2 prime temp. Okay, we'll overwrite this. We can use og4. We can use og5. It doesn't matter. Okay, but we want to do, instead of taking the third row divided by the second one, we want to take the fourth row. So that'll be this entry right here, right? That's what we're saying right here. We're saying take this entry, right, divided by this entry. That's this one, okay, and multiply by og5 too. So multiply that by that entire row. Okay, that looks good. Okay. All right, yes, so we got that, and if we subtract that, that should zero out. And so row, we'll call it row 4 double prime is og4 the fourth row minus a2 prime temp, right? Okay, yes, we have the 2 zeros, and so now we can compile og6. That's going to just equal og5, and we're going to get the first, not just the first two, but the first 3. And then, whoops, yeah, well, I could just retype it. And then for the fourth row, it'll be row 4 d prime. And that is it. Look at that. So we zeroed out those entries. We zeroed out those entries. Now let's go back through and let's zero out this entry here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do the 4, 3. So that's going to be A3 because we want to do this one. A3 D prime temp equals og6 4 2. So we're going to take the second, or the let's see, 4, and we want the third one over, divided by the 3 3 entry, and that's going to be multiplied by og6, and that'll be the whole third column. Not third column, but the third row. Multiply that by the third row. Okay, and we get a 1.33 there. That's exactly what we want because we're going to subtract it. And then, so we're going to say row 4, that'll be triple prime. That'll be og6, and we'll take the 4th row, and we'll minus the A3 D prime temp. Okay, yes, and we zero out that last one that we needed to zero. So then we go og7, that's our 7th augmented matrix, og6, 1 through 3, yes, that's what we want. And so we just want row 4 triple prime. Okay, there it is. So that's exactly it. So now we have x4 equals 0.33. We can plug that in for x3. So x4 equals x4. So, well, 2.167 x4 equals 0.33. So we're not quite there. So x3 or x4 equals og7, and that'll be the 4 divided by by this. So that's divided by og7 5 4. Oh no, rows by columns. So I need to go 4 5. It's 4 down, 5 over, yes? Okay, and if I do A back divide B, okay, well, we get x4. Well, of course, I did the wrong thing here, sorry. Here that was the 4 5, so it's the B over the A, right? B over, no, don't do it wrong at the very end. Og7 4 4. That's it. Okay, 0.1538, 0.1538. So we got it, and we can just finish back substituting in there. And so then we can just say x3 equals so that'll just be x, that'll be b3, so og, well, yeah, og7. Just actually let's just make this a little bit, well, no, we can do that. X3 equals og7. So it'll be x4. Well, yeah, it'll be. So let's think about this to solve for this. So we solve for that by doing, it was this divided by this. Yes, because it was 2.1667 times x4 equals 0.333. Okay, so then we just have to do x4 equals 0.333 divided by 2.16667. Okay, so we have that now, and so then we say x3 equals 2x3 equals, and we can just bring this over to the other side, so plus whatever that entry is, 5, so that'll be b minus this, so that'll be this minus this divided by this, so that'll be x3 is going to be 7, so that'll be the third row, fifth entry, and then alright, og7 3 5, so that minus og7 3 4 all divided by 7 3 3. Okay, I think we messed up. Oh, that has to be times. Yes, of course. That og7 has to be times, of course, our answer from the previous x4. Okay, now 1.8077. Okay, so we got the first two. You can see we just keep going through, and we'll get the rest of them. Bam, beautiful. Okay, so now we just go through that. This is sort of tedious. So then we say x2 equals, so that'll be b2, so that'll be og7 2 5, so that'll be the b entry, minus og7, so this will be og7 2 well, yeah, let's go to x2. Sorry, let's look at this matrix. So that'll be, we want to do this entry, right? This times x2, or excuse me, this, well, we're figuring out x2. Oh, yeah, figuring out x2. So x2, so we're going to be dividing everything by 13.5, and it'll be 10.5 times x3. Yeah, so it'll be 10.5, so that's the second row, third over, 2 3 times x3 minus 7 the fourth entry times x4, right, all over og7 2 2, the 2 2 entry, right, because that's going to be this entry, yes, 1.2, let's see, if we got minus 1.2, yes, we did, because just show you that again. A back divide v, see, we've got the third one, now we've got them all but one, so we just say, and we could even plug this into the original, right, so we just say, well, and it is actually the original equation, because if we do og7 1 and a 1, and of course we got b there, but yeah, see, they're the original ones, and so we're just plugging this into the original. So we go a 1 well, let's go a2 first row, second column times x2 plus, well, these are all going to be minus, right? So it'll be a 1 1 entry minus, no, it'll all be divided by, so we'll have to take the b. So it'll be the b1 minus, and minus a12 x2 minus a13 x3 minus a14 x4 all over all over a11, and then just check this. Okay, so we got them all. So yeah, x1, x2, x3, x4. Oh brother. x1. Oh, well, whatever we just did was, I didn't set it equal to x1 was the problem. Yeah, and then we go, now we do it, and we do a divide b, and we get the same answer, so it worked.